In the previous video we had seen about RC phase shift oscillator. So next oscillator or the generator we are going to see is your sawtooth oscillator. So a sawtooth oscillator is just we are going to modify your triangular wave generator, and we are going to see how the triangular wave generator can be used as a sawtooth oscillator there. So first we will see what is the difference between your triangular wave generator and your sawtooth generator there. So in a triangular wave generator, and your triangular waveform and your sawtooth waveform, the triangular waveform, you are going to have your rise time and the fall time to be equal. So rise time and the fall time is nothing but, here when I am going to have, this is called as your rise time and this is going to be called as the fall time. So the rise time and fall time is going to be equal in the case of your triangular waveform there. But in the case of a sawtooth waveform, the rise time can be more, the fall time can be less. So like this I can get it, or I can have this rise time to be lesser and fall time to be more. So here in this case, if the rise time and the fall time are not equal, then we call that waveform to be your sawtooth waveform there. If the rise time and fall time is equal, then we call it as your triangular waveform. So that means that when the waveform is going to go from, this is your minus Vrams, here in this case, this is going to go from minus Vrams to plus Vrams. So for the triangular waveform, minus Vrams to plus Vrams and plus Vrams to minus Vrams is going to be same. But in sawtooth it is not going to be the same. We can convert the triangular waveform to a sawtooth waveform just by inserting in the integrator the non-inverting terminal. What we did was we grounded it. Instead of grounding your non-inverting terminal of your integrator, we can connect a potentiometer there, where the ends of the potentiometer can be connected to either plus VCC, it can be connected to plus VCC and minus VE, to the positive voltage and the negative voltage. So by varying this potentiometer, the voltage at the non-inverting terminal will be generated. And when the voltage at the non-inverting voltage terminal is going to be generated, this will affect the output of your sawtooth generator, that is output of your integrator there. So that we will see how it is going to affect there. So here we are going to use a potentiometer to the non-inverting terminal of your integrator, and we are going to see. So based on this R4 setting only, a certain DC level is going to be inserted in your output. So when this DC level is inserted, your output that is varying from plus Vrams to minus Vrams or minus Vrams to plus Vrams will be modified. So here the output of your A1 is going to be a square waveform, and the potentiometer is going to be adjusted for a certain DC level there. So that means that the output of A2 will be a triangular waveform which is going to ride on some DC level that is going to be got at the non-inverting terminal there. So we know that for a square waveform the duty cycle is going to be 50%. That means T on is equivalent to T off, and this duty cycle, it is going to be determined by the polarity of your DC level that is going to be got by your R4 setting there. So here now we will see how we are going to get it. So this is your DC, or this is your sawtooth generator, where you are going to have your output voltage there. So in this case, this is going to be your output voltage. This is your square wave generator. This is the voltage at your, as usual we had seen the previous circuit, triangular wave generator. This is your VP, and this is going to be the voltage at the non-inverting terminal. So here this I am going to take it as V01. So V01 is nothing but whatever is going to be the voltage I am going to get at the non-inverting terminal, the same voltage I will be getting it at the output there. So if V positive, the voltage is going to be your positive voltage, means my output is going to be at plus Vsat. So when my output is going to be at plus Vsat, what happens is your capacitance is going to get charged. So your current will flow through this circuit. When the current is going to flow, your capacitance is going to be charged, and I will take the voltage at this point to be your Vc. And next is, this is your R4, that is your potentiometer, where the end of the potentiometer is going to be connected to plus Vcc or minus Ve. So the voltage at this point I will take it as V1. Now what is going to be the output? Your output is going to be here V0 is equivalent to voltage at the non-inverting terminal is going to be V1 minus the voltage across the capacitance Vc. So here in this case, this voltage your V1 is going to be constant. So here in this case, when the V1 is going to be constant, my Vc is going to increase. So here in this case, when it is plus Vsat, it is going to increase. That means I am going to get a negative going ramp like this. So when I'm going to get a negative going ramp, I'm going to get a minus V ramp here. So when I'm going to get a minus V ramp here, so the voltage at this point will be minus V ramp. So when I get a minus V ramp voltage, then the voltage at this point will become at one stage when it is going to continuously increase, your V ramp will be increased, and when V ramp increase, the voltage at this point becomes negative. So when this becomes negative, this output is going to be at minus V sat. So minus V sat means then automatically my output will become plus V ramp. So plus V ramp means it is going to be V1 plus Vc. That means my capacitor is going to get discharged. So it is discharging. In this case, you have V1 plus Vc there. Now it will be a positive going ramp. So positive going ramp means my output will be continuously increasing. So in this case, depending upon this DC voltage what I am going to get. Okay, so if this voltage is going to be a positive 1. So here in this case, suppose for example, if my R4 is going to be at this end, towards this end, that means it is a positive one. So it will be 2 minus, suppose I am going to take it as 2 volts, 2 minus Vc. 2 minus Vc means the difference is not going to be more. Here in this case, this 2 volts will be attained easily, and I can see that my fall time can be reduced there. So here in this case, my fall time will be reduced. So here if I am going to have the fall time, this voltage is going to be, this wiper is going to be moved towards your positive side, that is plus VCC, then in that case my V1 I will take it as 2 volts and my Vc will be continuously increasing. So here it will be taking soon to reach this 2 voltage, and then at one stage it will become negative. Negative means my output changes and this waveform comes. So my fall time reduces there. When my V1 is going to be moved towards plus VCC, I am going to have a reduced fall time. Okay, so now if my V1 is going to go to minus VE means this is going to be negative. So negative means here in this case this is negative. The capacitance is going to increase. So increase means that case it will take more time to reach that minus 2 volts there. So here in this case, this is a positive ramp. Positive ramp means a discharging. Discharging will be a slower process, so it will take more time. That means when V1 is going to be moved toward the minus VE, your capacitance will start discharging and it will take more amount of time to reach that negative voltage there. And in that case, my rise time will increase. So in this case, my fall time and rise time is going to depend upon this wiper there, when it is going to move to plus VCC or minus VE. This is how your sawtooth waveform is going to operate there. So you can see that this is your output waveform. When it is at plus Vsat, my capacitor is going to discharge, that is going to have a negative going ramp, and in that case then it is the output is going to be at minus Vsat. My capacitor is going, voltage is going to increase, so you are going to have your rise time here. So this is your fall time here. So you can see that my output square waveform itself is not a perfect one. Here in this case the duty cycle is going to vary there. Now we can see that how we are going to get. So for the position, your R4 wiper, if it is going to be minus towards V, it is going to be moved to your minus VE, then in that case, as we have seen, the rise time of the sawtooth waveform is going to be larger there and compared to the fall time. If the wiper is going to be moved to plus VCC, then the fall time is going to become longer than the rise time there. So here in this case, we see that the frequency of the sawtooth waveform is going to decrease as your R4 is going to be adjusted towards your plus VCC or minus VE. But the amplitude of the waveform is going to be independent of your R4 setting there. Thank you.